What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, and in this video we're going to be discussing something that could not be more important to discuss in regards to where the collective consciousness on the planet is, and that is the concept of 5D consciousness. Now, you may have heard the terms the Great Awakening or the Awakening, the Shift, the Event, the Schumann Resonance. All of these things have to do with shifting from our current state of consciousness, which is going to be either 3D or 4D, into 5D consciousness. So it's pretty important to understand the distinction of the different consciousnesses. So let's get right into it. If you are new to the channel and this type of content resonates with you, please click the subscribe button. If you are excited to find out the differences between 3D, 4D, and 5D, please click the like button. Don't forget to smash that notification bell so you don't miss any of the new content. I do post twice weekly, and I am very proud to announce my new website, lightwaysfam.com. As a thank you to you guys, the channel is actually growing quite nicely. So as a thank you to you guys, I have recorded a 30-minute guided meditation on abundance. Link in the description. It's 110% free, just as my thank you to you guys. Have a look around the new website and say hello. All right, let's get right into the content. All right, guys, so I'm going to try to be very brief and concise about these three dimensions, 4D, 5D, and 3D, because I don't want this to turn into a 30-minute video, but it is important that you know the differences between 3D consciousness, 4D consciousness, 5D consciousness, and you know, understand that even if you are in 3D right now, just the fact that you're open to watching a video like this means that your soul is beginning to awaken, hence the Great Awakening. And you're starting to question reality. You're starting to question the narratives and the stories that you've been told all of your life. And this questioning of going down the rabbit hole is actually what shifts you into 4D. But without getting too far ahead of myself, let's get into 3D. And I do want to say that this comes from zero judgment. It does not matter what dimension of consciousness you are in. You can be in the 3D. Everybody is where they are perfectly, where they're supposed to be, until they're not supposed to be there anymore. So there's zero judgment. This is just to kind of let you know where you are along your spiritual journey. So, what is 3D consciousness? Third dimensional reality is what we call the matrix, right? It's the acceptance of this Newtonian model of physics where matter is solid. Your thoughts don't control your reality. Consciousness has no effect on solid matter. There's one objective truth for everybody, and these truths are usually, you know, my God is better than your God, or life's a bee and then you die, or there's nothing sure in life except death and taxes. You know, reality is objective, it's not subjective, and we're all just the result of some random cosmic accident. That's 3D thinking. Now, I want you to stop and think about, how did all of those statements just make you feel? Really stop and take a second to sit with those emotions. Did they make you feel empowered? Probably not. Most would probably say that those types of statements made you feel pretty helpless and dismal. And it's that type of future thinking that people in the 3D have about their future that causes a lot of people to, you know, take up all types of different addictions or distractions, you know, binging on Netflix at night instead of aligning with your true divine nature is a distraction. That may have been brought on by having this 3D type of vision about your future where you feel powerless and reality happens to you. instead of for you. So everything is very black and white, good or evil. It's a very dualistic way of thinking. The concept of God is something that is completely separate from you and outside of you. You react egoically. You don't respond, you react. As a matter of fact, in 3D, you're not even aware that you have an ego. You're not even aware that you may be acting from ego, or how acting from ego affects your life and the lives around you. So being unconscious of the ego is a very 3D way of looking at things, or 3D consciousness. So what is fourth dimensional consciousness, or 4D? This is what I like to call the discovery and questioning phase. This is where maybe your current reality is not working for you, and you're seeing these gaping holes in the narratives that you've been taught your entire life, maybe by your parents, or your government, or your religion, or the fear-based news. Even people that post on social media are posting very ego-based type of content, and things just aren't adding up. So you start to do your own research. And this is where you go down the rabbit hole of discovery. And when you go down that rabbit hole of discovery, you will usually emerge with a very large, strong feeling of resentment. Why resentment? Because you feel like you've been lied to your entire life. And you begin to understand that a lot of the narratives that you've been told your entire life, while they came from very well-meaning people, but generations and generations ago, millennia ago, they came from a place where the motive was mental control, to keep you codependent and ignorant of your true power and actual divine nature. Now, here's the thing. You actually chose this before you incarnated, so that when you did have your spiritual awakening, it would be that much more impactful. But that's a completely different video. So you've started questioning reality, you've started to do the research, and you've started to kind of piece together what reality means for you. And you start incorporating what you're researching. Maybe you've stumbled upon the law of attraction, and you see that there's a huge correlation between what you're thinking and focusing on and what you're actually experiencing in your life. You are now seeing that reality is very subjective and not as objective. And you start opening your clairs, right? Your clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, your third eye starts to open. You start to communicate and cultivate the relationship between yourself and your spirit guides, your ancestral guides. You start to see synchronicities everywhere and recognize them as signs and stop writing them off as coincidence. And you see that you are actually affecting the reality that you experience, which gives you a pretty good understanding of the power that you truly have. You may even start to do shadow work. So shadow work is where you're going inside, doing inner work, and you're understanding the importance of the inner work and putting less importance on what is happening on the outside. And you're understanding that whatever's going on the inside is what you'll experience on the outside. And you're now aware of your ego. You may still react from an egoic standpoint. We all do that, but at least you're aware of it now, and you're taking steps to try to respond instead of react. And now you're stepping back, not identifying as your ego, viewing things from a higher vantage point and understanding how the ego may be mixed up in how you're viewing things, and you're taking the falsity or the falseness out of that situation. I'm making up words as I go. And you're viewing it from a higher vantage point. So that is 4D. You understand the dualistic, limiting, egoic mindset of the 3D, and you've kind of taken a step back from that. You've stepped into the observer mind, and you're at least aware of what is 3D and 4D. So 5D, or fifth dimensional consciousness, what is that? Okay, so this is what we call unity consciousness. So you have a deep understanding that we are all connected. We are all one. It's not just a phrase that you agree with on a logical basis. You know it, you feel it. You look at everyone as a divine aspect of yourself. You're looking at life through a divine mirror. So you release concepts of separateness and contrast. An example of this may be, my last video that I did was on spiritual warfare, and I'll put warfare in quotes there, which you can watch right here. But in that video, I said that, this concept of demons, people are always talking about demons and dark entities. Your demons are just another aspect of yourself that you would need to love and heal. Now, that is a very 5D way of thinking. People in the 3D would say, oh my God, demons, we gotta fight these dark entities. There's a war, there's a big war, we gotta fight. And that's a very dualistic, strife, war-based, dense, thick energy that is very 3D. But unity consciousness is 5D. It's understanding that there are different perspectives of truth, and all are valid. You start incorporating unity consciousness. You have a strong urge or passion even to help others. So you have this calling to help humanity. You feel called to help in the Great Awakening, help awakening other people and helping to raise the collective consciousness of the planet. By the way, you guys should look into the Schumann resonance. I'll put a link in the description below on a video that you guys can check out. But it's very interesting. But now that inner humanitarian in you can come out, because you understand that you can never be in lack, because you already are all things. Your concept of your divine wholeness is now complete. So you don't have a desire to get anything from anybody. And you understand that you would actually be trying to take away from yourself. So it's a very freeing and liberating sense of abundance, wholeness, and completeness that you want to spread to the world to help raise the collective consciousness. Synchronicities start to happen every second of every day. You are at one with your spirit guides, your ancestral guides, your guardians, your deities, whoever you work with on the other side of the veil. Communication and insight from your team in the unseen is instant. It's immediate. You're at one with the other side. You understand that reality is subjective. Everything is intelligent energy, and you communicate and you create physical change in your physical simulation through this intelligent energy of which you are a part, of which you identify as. Good and bad starts to transform into different perceptions. So you start to understand the truth in different perceptions. What's normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. So the spider's perception of truth is valid, as is the fly's. So you lose judgment, and you understand that everyone is perfect for where they are on their journey. So this is the Great Awakening. The collective consciousness is waking up. They're understanding that the old paradigms, the old narratives that were not serving to empower the collective consciousness, that were not serving to raise the vibration of the collective consciousness, those old structures have to go. This is the purging process. And you yourself, you're waking up. You're doing your own research. You're questioning those narratives that have been passed down from generation to generation. And you're finding your own truth. And you're stepping into unity consciousness. And when you step into that unity consciousness, you want to be a major help, a light worker, a light warrior in this great awakening. It's the age of Aquarius. All right, guys, so thank you for sticking around to the end on the different levels of consciousness. If you found value in the content, please click the like button. If you feel that this type of content can make a positive impact in your life, please click the subscribe button. If you know anyone that is going through a spiritual awakening and they just need a little bit of clarity on what's happening with them, what level they may be at, please share this video with them. Please feel free to leave some comments down below on questions regarding the different levels of consciousness. You know, as humans, we always like to put labels on everything, so I want to add as much clarity as I can if you have any questions. Also, please remember to check out the new website, lightwaysfam.com. Click the link in the description to get your free 30-minute guided meditation on abundance. This guided meditation is designed to not only put you in vibrational alignment with abundance, but it's also designed to help you identify as the physical embodiment of abundance itself. And then that way, the only thing that you will experience in your physical reality is abundance. And with what's going on in the world right now, this might be of use to you. If you have any questions for me, you can also hit me up over on IG_Lightways. Other than that, click the notification bell. I do drop spiritual content twice a week, and I am finished rambling. As always, guys, light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.